Hey guys, we got an exciting vehicle to show you this week, but I wanted to start off, instead of my ugly face on camera, just watch this. Ready? Yes, a crystal ball, when you turn it on, flips over, and when you turn it off, it goes back. How better can it get than that? Hey guys, as you saw in the intro, we have something that is really dynamic. Made me really excited to be able to drive the all-new 2023 Genesis GV60 all-electric vehicle for almost 48 hours. And I'm still like smiling and so excited of everything that I experienced. And so let's start with the exterior. First of all, Genesis design team building all of their product line has done an absolute fantastic job with the design and the fit and the finish and the attention to detail in this beautiful crossover all electric. We'll get to the dynamics of driving it, how many miles I was able to get out of it, what mode did I drive it on in just a few minutes. But first of all, this is called, I believe, Himalayan gray, magnetic gray exterior. You can see the actual front design, just subtle things that they did. They buried the camera in just this little front fascia. I am not a fan of the license plate. Unfortunately, this car has it, and they drilled into the protective in the back, so I can't take it off, but I like the cleaner look without it. Those of you who are in states that need a front license plate, it's tucked in very well. They did make it thin and tapered, so it does fit in there with the front end of the car. Logo is very recognizable now. I think it's one of the nicest logos around. Fits in, you can't see the detail and the texture in the back of actually the Genesis. It's absolutely fantastic. Coming up front to the hood, you see that kind of clean, a little bit of chrome at the top of the windshield. They did a great job with burying the cameras and all of the functional features inside the glass. It doesn't take up a lot of the actual viewing space. It does have heads up, you can see it from the outside. Just body colored, folding in mirrors. The actual wheels and tires on this car, I know I've said this in previous Genesis videos, but their attention to detail and what they do in an actual alloy wheel is beyond anything I've seen before. It's just a great pattern. When it's moving, it's even a better looking pattern. You can see they finished the wheel wells in this silver, a little bit lighter gray than the actual paint. There's sensors actually in the side of the bumpers. I was told, and tell me if I'm wrong, that these sensors will stop the door from being opened if a car is coming down the side that you don't see. So you won't be able to open your door into traffic. The sensors in the front and the back can see vehicles coming from either in front of you or behind you, which is really neat. One thing I missed is the sunk in lights. The headlight is not on, but there is a pattern that lights up during the day for the daytime running. What a great job. LEDs obviously in both. Down to the side, even the small hints of what they've done underneath with the silver, then the polish, what I like to call a black kind of chrome painting. Like in most EVs, door handles obviously flush. Oh, I just opened it because I have the key in my pocket, as you saw. So then I locked it, lights came on. Two things that I want to talk about on the side right here. First, face camera recognition. You can set up this camera to recognize you as the driver. You can set it up, I believe it's two actual face recognition you can set it up for. There is a credit card key you can carry in your pocket, and this allows you to walk up to the car. It unlocks without having to worry about taking a key out, running your hand over it. Sets everything up for the driver from this camera. So all of your settings are set up. There's also fingerprint recognition inside that we can talk about as well. But I just thought it was interesting that there's a camera on the outside to recognize the owner and driver of the car and set up things on the inside from just you looking into the camera. So really neat. Room inside, back seat, front seat, very comfortable, easy to get in, easy to get out. Door handles are pretty cool. You can see the interior detail we can talk about a little bit, but Savannah, if you capture the rear seat, just that stitching pattern, you don't see in too many copycat EVs that are trying to come out. Center cap, obviously Genesis logo as well. In the beginning of the video, you saw the crystal ball. No, you cannot see the future in it, but what a great feature to add to a luxury all-electric vehicle. Just really, they hit it out of the park as far as I'm concerned. When you see the lines that are created with these just diagonal cutouts, just the way the back end flows, it's got kind of that Porsche kind of rear end. Can I say rear end? Back end?
You've said rear end.
Some of you say rear end, back end, but you know what I mean. Spoiler, doesn't shake, doesn't shimmer. It has the brake light all the way across in LED. Yes, I left this on. This is a 23. You cannot see where the tailgate actual switch is, the handle to lift it. It's just right inside and right up. So all of their, let's hide this, let's hide that, let's make it kind of look kind of clean in the back. Obviously, I think even this insert of silver with the sensors and then the lower bumper looks like there's an exhaust, but it's electric, there is no exhaust. Tailgate opens up really high. Yes, I know you've said I'm short in other videos. You'll look into the attention to detail and the suede that's actually on the bolsters. It's inside the cabin as well. 60-40 split, plenty enough room out here. There are 2 compartments. You can open up this way, charging cords, flat tire kit, or if you just need the side view, you want to tuck something in there real quick, you can do that as well. Genesis also, I think, has one of the most dynamic. This is a case on top of the key, obviously, but just the way that they designed that, I think, is really neat. All of the buttons are on both ends. It does have the automatic parking, pulling up, pulling out. It can do that as well. So if you are in a tight spot that you need to get in, you don't want to scratch the doors, you can stand out here. It will move out of the parking space and also move into the parking space as well. So let's talk about really quickly about the driving experience. Fully charged, it showed that I had 252 miles. I say till empty, which means charge empty. I drove it home on eco mode, and normally, which is a 65 mile drive, it took me from 252 to 186 by the time I got home, which in my math's not 65 miles. I did drive with the air conditioning on. There was no reason to drive in sport mode. I was mostly on highway. I drove around yesterday a little bit as well. I did not charge it at home on a 110. I got back here and I had 52 miles left. And actually the odometer was reading when I left 336 miles. It now has 586 miles. And it was showing me I had 52 miles left, 25% still charged, which seems to me about 300 miles the way I was driving. I would have gotten out of a full charge. I did put it in boost mode. We can show that in a second. I will never do that again, because in sport and boost mode, 0 to 60 is 3.6 seconds, which is faster than the majority of some gas-powered high-performance cars. And it is a wee factor like we talk about here all the time. It did bring a smile to my face and set me back into the seat accelerating. Very smooth in that, and also very smooth in the eco drive as well. Genesis does a phenomenal job with attention to detail. You'll notice the first thing in here that we talk about all the time. Look at the position of the cup holders. From what I normally complain about, armrest is perfect. They extended this console out, and cup holders are in a place where both driver and passenger can reach them. The silver finishes, the silver pleated kind of center console, dashboard that you see, the stitching that you see, the suede that we talked about on the pillars and on the roof. It does have a pano ceiling. The one thing I did not like as much is if you look at this steering wheel, it looks similar to me of a Mini Cooper. And I'm not knocking Mini Coopers. I just think they could have done a little bit more with the design of the steering wheel. 2 LED independent screens. Both seats are power, luxury of course. Both of them have lumbar and massaging seats. You saw the crystal in the beginning of the video. When you're turned on, you obviously have the shift to be able to move from reverse drive and then park. This knob actually controls your infotainment system. You can toggle between anything you could imagine. Cameras on this vehicle are great. Backup camera really gives you a great idea of perspective. It shows an overhead shot and also you backing up. It can give a 360. That's pretty neat, right? It shows the actual car and what's around you and where you are. So you can switch to the front, back, whichever one. I'm in reverse, so obviously it's showing that. Boost button is in yellow. It actually will only give you boost for 10 seconds. It shows it in the screen counting down, and you wouldn't want any more than 10 seconds. I believe it has something to do with the heat that's generated and the brakes only being able to handle that type of speed for that long period. I think we did a GV80 video one time. I think that's the one that got the most views where I was excited. This, I'm just more excited. I never thought that driving an EV is something that I would want to do, but what I experienced in it and passing by the gas station, not even thinking about having to go, I'm now looking at putting a 220 outlet in my garage so that I can drive this permanently and not have to go back to gasoline. So if you haven't seen it, experienced it, if you need a different video, questions about them, whatever you need, we'd be more than happy to help. We have one other EV electric G60 that we just got in that I'm gonna do as well. So you might get 2 videos this week. Yes, it's all electrified videos, but that car has also been built and crafted with the same kind of design. There's a whole bunch I probably don't know, but we're gonna keep looking at it and get to it, and look forward to the next electric video, G80. So thanks for following, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Okay, you ready? You sure?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, that's pulling however many G's you think it's pulling.
Wow.
But it's only 10 seconds of weed.
Oh my gosh.
Right, yeah. Now, where you would use that, I have no idea, folks, I don't know. But 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds without the boost is what I was told, right? It's only 10-second bursts for the reasons I said. 1, because of the heat that the batteries are generating. And 2, because of what it takes the brakes to actually stop it, right?
Right.
But you felt that pilot kind of flying like feel in your stomach.
Right.
Like it makes you like, wow.